Hey everybody, it's Mitch, and welcome to my next video. Today we have got another Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 Prestige Class description. And today, from the Complete Arcane, we got ourselves the Mage of the Arcane Order. So, we're going to talk about the Mage of the Arcane Order. We're going to talk about what is the Mage of the Arcane Order. We're going to talk about how you go about becoming a Mage of the Arcane Order. Then we're going to talk about what you get as a Mage of the Arcane Order. And finally, we're going to talk about how good the Mage of the Arcane Order is and how you might use it in a build. So let's get started. Alright, so the Mage of the Arcane Order. Well, it's a guild wizard. Like, that's really what it is. Like, they're a member of the Arcane Order, sometimes just known as the Order, sometimes known as the College of Wizardry. You know, that kind of stuff. They're the wizards that belong to the college. And their duties at the college are to study magic and learn how to advance the fields of magic, to try and learn the magic from olden days and relearn it. In fact, according to D&D lore, it was the Mage of the Arcane Order that discovered metamagic feats. Like, those didn't exist until the Mage of the Arcane Order. Well, not the mage. They just tell the Arcane Order like came about and was like, hey, there's magic feats. Like they discovered all that, and you know they're the ones who like have been discovering that. Like if you play a game where like I've heard some options of people like playing games where you start off with the books that were like core and then like add in books based on publication. That could be interesting, and you could like say the Order is responsible for discovering all these feats. It's kind of cool. Anyways, yeah, they're also important for keeping up the guild, helping, with new members, all that fun stuff. Yeah, the guild's responsibilities are kind of vast, both studying new magic and, helping newcomers learn magic. So that's basically what they are. Let's talk about how you go about becoming a Mage of the Arcane Order. So first off, you need Knowledge Arcana 8 ranks. Okay, simple enough. That's going to, make it so you are going to need to be at least 5th level, but you're going to want Knowledge Arcana 8 ranks anyway, so that's not a big deal. That's something you want maxed out, so basically free. You want Cooperative Spell and any other metamagic feat. It's like, okay, Cooperative Spell can be decent, I guess, if you have other people to use it with. Otherwise, not the best. Any other magic feat? Well, there's plenty of good ones out there, and you're probably going to want at least one if you're an Arcane Mage, so that much is free. So far, Cooperative Spell is the only one that is something that you wouldn't have just got anyways. You have to be able to cast 2nd level arcane spells. Okay, that's nothing. Yeah, if you're a mage, an Arcane Mage. Oh, and you have to be able to prepare them too, so again, not a huge deal. This one is more to if you try to go in like Ultimate Magus route. Yeah, if you wanted to do that, like you could. It wouldn't be a terrible option for an Ultimate Magus. Let's see. Special. You have to pay an initiation fee of 750 gold. To the Order. That's not too bad, actually. That's a pretty small amount of money, but it's interesting that it costs a little money to join, and that's all it takes to join. So let's talk about what you get. So first off, well, a D4 hit dice, which isn't great. Bad base attack bonus. I mean, it's a mage. What do you expect? Bad fortitude and reflex, but a good will save. Again, it's a mage. What do you expect? This is all the same as the sorcerer and the wizard. Then you also get skills 2+ int. The skill list is decent. Again, this is a pretty common theme for most things in the Complete Arcane. Now, next up, let's talk about the special stuff they get. First off, they get spellcasting, full spellcasting. Every level they advance their spellcasting. Not really that much of a surprise, since these are college mages. They're all about spellcasting, so of course they're going to have their spellcasting advance every level. They also get guild member, so they become a member of the guild at 1st level. which has some certain responsibilities and perks. There's some ups and downs to it. First off, you have to pay 30 gold a month in order to maintain good standing in the guild. You also have to, occasionally do things for the guild. You have to make an appearance every 6 months. Some like minor stuff. You also do get cheap food and lodging at the order, only 5 silver a night for both food and lodging, which is a pretty good deal. Although at high levels, like, that's all chump change. But yeah, you're gonna have to put in a little bit of work, and you do get access to a number of guild resources. So if you want to craft anything, the guild has places to craft. You still have to pay the money to do it, but you don't have to pay for like a research station or any of the tools or anything. That will all be provided for you by the guild. A number of other things like that. If you want to research some subject, they have a vast library. You can't get spells that way, but if you're like, there's something going on and you want to, research to try and, get it better on a knowledge check or something to know what's know what's coming, then yeah, this is a really good prestige class for that, because you're going to gain access to the vast library, and it's going to help you with that. There's no like statistics listed for that, but most DMs are going to give you a pretty good bonus for having access to that. Yeah, there's a lot of really good. There's a lot of ups and downs to being a guild member. You have to put in the work, but at the same time, you get some benefits. The big thing that they get though is spell pool. So they gain access to the spell pool, which is a special pool of spells that's locked up in the headquarters, and every member of the guild is able to access the spell pool, and they can use spells in order to and they can like gain spells from it. So yeah, let's talk about how that works. So first off, in order to gain a spell, you have to have an open slot. So you don't gain any extra spells from it. This just lets you have a little more versatility, so you don't have to prepare all your spells. You can say, I don't know what I'm going to prepare for this one. Let's leave that open, and then you can pick any spell you want. It doesn't even have to be the one you know. It has to be just any spell that's on the Wizard's Sorcerer spell list from the player's handbook. Possibly others if if your DM will allow it, which is somewhat reasonable depending on the size of the guild. Honestly, a larger guild, I'd say, yeah, we could allow other books. If the guild happens to have a decent number of other arcane casters, like maybe like Wugen or something, it's like, yeah, maybe there's some Wugen spells available. It'd have to be prepared, which is why I specifically say Wugen. But yeah, it's possible that maybe there's some Wugen in the order, and they're contributing spells, and therefore there's Wugen spells available. Maybe your DM's not that nice, but quite potent if they are. So yeah, you can use them. When doing so, it takes a full round action to learn the spell, and you only know it for a number of rounds equal to your caster level. So you got to use it quick afterwards. So you can't really do this like ahead of time too much. Then once you've used the spell, it gets used up as per normal. And just because the spell is in your mind for a while doesn't mean you've learned it. You just had it in your mind for a while. It was a temporary thing, and that won't actually help you learn it. Now, from a role play perspective, you can say, "Ooh, I had that spell in my mind, and now I know about it, and I'm like, this is a cool spell. I want to learn it." Okay, that works. Like, you could have done that anyways, but like now you had a reason to do it. So yeah, you're still gonna have to go about learning it the normal way, but from an RP's perspective, like, you can use it as like a motivating factor for why you wanted that spell, because it just worked out for you in that particular situation. Yeah, so the number of spells that you're going to have available to you, if you're first starting out, you're only going to have access to 1st through 3rd level. 0 level spells are off limits. There are no 0 level spells available. which is not a big deal. So level spells kind of suck, so that's not an issue. But yeah, first level through third you're going to have access to immediately. Then once you reach, what is it, fourth level, you're going to have access to second level through fourth through sixth level spells, and then once you eventually reach seventh level, you're going to have access to seventh through spells, which, you know, is of course better. Now, the largest number of spells you're able to take per day is equal to half your caster level. So whatever your caster level is, not just your class level. So if you're, you know, 20th level, that's 10. So you can take 10 spell levels, like from 10 first level spells, 1 ninth, 1 first, 2 fifth, however you want to divide it up, doesn't matter. And that would advance into epic as well. So I don't think epic spells are a thing for this, though. Don't think there's going to be any of those available. Yeah, and I don't think they just count as a 10th level spell slot. I could be wrong. Anyways, I suspect that if there's an epic version of this, that would have to be its own thing. Yeah, so but after you've done it, used the spell, you acquire a spell debt equal to that spell level. Now, you have a number of days to pay off your spell debt equal to your class level. So whatever level you are in the class. And that's when you have to pay it off. And you can, during that time, you can keep accruing as much spell debt as you want, but you need to pay it off. Otherwise, you will lose access to the spell pool. In order to pay it off, you just give up a spell slot of that many levels, or multiple lower level spell slots. Basically, the spell levels just have to be equal, and it takes a full round action to give that up. So you are overall losing spell casting ability doing this, but you can have that loss occur during your downtime in order to gain extra versatility during days you're actually adventuring, which is pretty advantageous. It's certainly nice. Yeah, so that's basically what they get. Now, if you don't pay it off within that time, you lose access to the spell pool, although you still maintain good order, good standing other than that, and you will regain your spell casting. You'll really regain access to the spell pool as soon as you've paid off your debt, assuming that you do it within a year. If you take more than a year to pay off your debt, they kick you out of the college. So that's not good. Let's see. So that's it for the spell pool. So bonus meta magic feats. They get bonus meta magic feats at 2nd and 9th levels. Okay, nice. I mean, that's great to get an extra bonus meta magic feats. They get bonus languages at 3rd and 6th level, which is pretty good. Those are kind of hard to come by, especially if you really want to be a linguist. This is a good way to do it, since technically you can't just know as many languages as you want. You really only get 1 per level, and then 4 at 1st level, plus, you know, all your automatic languages and a number of bonus languages equal to your intelligence modifier. So a lot, but you know, after the bunch you get at 1st level, you're really only going to be able to get 1 at most, and that's if you have speak language as a class skill per level. Now with this, you can just gain 2 extras, so that's kind of cool. Not sure how useful that is. I mean, there's polyglot. There's a lot of ways to just know all languages, but this is a cool way to do it if you want to just learn some more languages. It's a nice little thing. New spell. So at 5th and 8th levels, a wizard of the order is just going to let you borrow their spell book and let you copy a spell down. No cost. They just you don't have to make any checks. It just works. It does have to be a spell that you could learn, but you just gain an extra spell. You just gain an extra spell for free. It's kind of nice. It only works if you can cast spells. This one, now, if you're talking about if you're getting in with like Wujian, would it be a wizard that necessarily lets you do it? It's kind of a DM call. Might be another Wujian that lets you copy a spell. Yeah, or it could just be could be a wizard. Maybe they allow. Maybe this thing would allow you to have spells that are off your list. Hard to say, especially seeing as you can't use prohibited schools. So it's like probably not, but maybe. it really depends on. There's a lot of DM interpretation on that one, because they really didn't think through things like Wuzhen taking this prestige class. At 10th level, you become a regent, which gives you a lot of advantages. You gain like a +2 charisma against other lower members of the Arcane Order. You also are in charge of you can also become in charge of a school. You can participate in regent meetings. Now you have to show up, or else they'll kick you out of the regent board, but you can still maintain good order in that even if you lose your regent status. And even if you lose regent status, you still keep everything else you gain from 10th level, which isn't much, it's just casting, but you still keep it. Yeah, so it's not a bad option. You can help make changes to the order. You could run your own branch of the school at that point. People respect you in the order more. It's kind of cool. That's kind of about it. So that's really all the Mage of the Arcane Order gets. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Oh, wow, I am really jumping the gun on that one. Woo! No, how good are they? So the Mage of the Arcane Order, it's pretty solid actually. The spell pool is pretty nice. It gets you, some access to a couple more spells, some more meta magic feats, a couple more languages, depending on how your DM rules things. It might allow some interplay between spells between wizards and Wuzhen and other arcane prepared casters. So it's useful. It's definitely got some interesting advantages, depending on how your DM rules things. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say about that. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, this time for real. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving a like. Maybe subscribe to the channel for more D&D 3.5 content, because I do one of these on every single class, race, and prestige class in Dungeons & Dragons 3.5. So ring that bell so you never miss out on a video. Anyways, as always, I'm Mitch. I'll be seeing you